Anyway, Rabotai Karim, the food that people eat, they enjoy, and Chazon Ish says they're oblivious to how many miracles have to take place in order for all of this food to be digested, to turn into blood, to turn into vitamins, to turn into different things that you need in order for this machine to work. And when a person understands the forces that are working for him, all of these different things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu instilled into the body, any normal person should do tshuva immediately. Rabbi Yaron says, I don't understand how any of these biologists, on the first day of their class, when they're dissecting a frog, they don't do tshuva on the spot. Like once you dissect anything, you see the mechanics of a worm, you see the mechanics of a frog, you see the mechanics of anything you dissect. You look at it. You see how all of this tiny little thing has a stomach, has a liver, has this, has that. Nothing in the world could sustain itself without food. Everything has to have some type of food. Even the smallest, creepiest little creatures have to have food. Everything has to have something. Nothing can last, nothing can survive without food. When you see how it digests the food, and how it processes everything, and how it contains it and uses it for energy, and so on and so forth, that alone, just the mechanics of how its brain tells the rest of its body, however small or big it is, to do all of these different things, that alone should make every biologist do tshuva on day one. For a person to say that they think that they came from a monkey after seeing the body parts of any living being, they literally have to be crazy. They should be put in an institution. Why? If I told you that I showed up here and there was nothing here before, but suddenly, right before you guys arrived, a wind came, rocks from all four corners of the world were put together and built this building with the floors, and on top of it there was paint on the walls and the light fixtures and everything else. You guys are going to tell me and say, Rabbi, I think something happened. We're going to send you. We love you. We're going to take you. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you, Rabbi. We love you. We'll take care of you. Come. I'll be the one to feed you. He'll change your diaper. What are you talking about? It came by itself. What's the matter with you? No, it wasn't the building. It was the camera. The camera. Sonny didn't bring the camera. It was the whole scam. He's pretending. He makes it look realistic. But in reality, he doesn't bring anything. Every time he shows up magically, there's different, there's a wind on the way, on the traffic, because he drives really fast. Sonny, dangerous driver. He drives so fast that all of the metal from the streets follows his car. By the time he arrives here, like a transformer, turns to a camera, and it not only does that, it puts itself on the stender. Both cameras. Every time 2 cameras for some reason. I don't know why it's not 3 cameras, but every time it's 2 cameras. You gotta tell me, Sonny, we'll feed you guys. It's never gonna happen. So how come there are literally millions of fools that claim that a much more sophisticated creation created itself? If any person understood any member of your body, any part of your body, whether it be the liver or the lungs or the heart or the brain or anything, you'd simply see that this had to be designed perfect on the one shot. And not only that, all of these things had to be designed at the same time. Why? Your body couldn't have evolved from multiple stages. Why? You wouldn't survive a half a second without lungs. You wouldn't survive a half a second without a heart. You wouldn't survive a half a second without a stomach. And that stomach is so perfect, it has to be done perfect on the first shot. Why? Because if the acid is too much on day one, that's it, no more stomach. And guess what? The second a person dies, that stomach, that magical thing that we call our stomach, that always regenerates and helps itself regenerates because it's killing itself at the same time, but at the same rate to make sure that you don't have holes in your stomach, the second a person dies, that stops working. And the stomach starts destroying itself until the acids completely destroy the stomach. How come it didn't do that a week before? How come it didn't do that 10 years before? How come it didn't do that 20 years before? How come it's only a second after he dies? It's no longer regenerating. How come it's, continues for a little while? It's been going for so long. Got used to it, no? Got used to it. You start running, even to slow down takes you a little while. No, stops on the spot. Like somebody took out the socket. How come? It had to be designed perfect on this first second. The heart could never pump the blood at a different rate, at a different speed than you need in order to live. It couldn't just start slowly and then build up, like the evolutionists think. The brain couldn't have been a developed thing. Why? It had to be perfect on day one to operate all of the other things. So yeah, you can live without arms, and you can live without legs, and you can live without eyes, but all of the mechanics that make those things move, impossible. To live without it for a second. But yet there are so-called smart people that believe this stupidity. And unfortunately, there are some naive religious people who say, well, it does make sense what he says. Why? What would make sense? What exactly did he say makes sense? All right, it just sounded really good. Oh, you mean he's a good speaker? Haman was also a good speaker. You know who was the best speaker in the last 150 years? Hitler, Yimach Shemo. Hitler is the best speaker in the last 150 years. The only reason I say only in the last 150 years, I don't know anybody before that. I'm pretty sure he's probably the best speaker of all time. If you listen to a speech by Hitler, you don't need to know the language. Something happens. You start getting motivated, do something. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start cleaning the house. I'm going to kill somebody. I'm going to get married. I'm going to do something. I don't know. This guy's motivating. I have no idea what he's saying. You don't know he's actually talking about you to kill you. But, no, I'm going to do. Mamash, he had koch satan in him. Mamash koch satan in him. Now I'm a speaker. I taught speakers for over 20 years. I can appreciate speakers. I'm telling you, unbelievable. Mamash koch satan. People are listening to the Satan every day. Tell them that they came from some amoeba. Tell them they came from some molecule. Tell them they came from some chicken or lizard that came to my house last week. The foolishness of people. No, but it took a long time. What difference does it make? Long time, little time. Does it make a difference? It can never go to step one. But people don't pay attention to that. They think that if something takes a long time, eventually it works. They think that if they're married for long enough, eventually they're going to like each other. It doesn't work that way. If you don't work on your marriage every single day, guess what? You're going to hate each other a lot more in 50 years than you do today. If you work on your marriage every day, in 50 years, you're going to be more in love in 50 years than you are today. Time doesn't make things better. Work does.